Hello. Good morning, guys. I'm gonna post this, and it'll still be good morning, but it's morning for me. So I always like to do my videos before I am getting ready for work because it's just easier for me. I do it. I'm already doing it, so I might as well record it. So I know I look kind of goofy right now with one side done and one not, but I want to show you guys how simple eyeshadow can be. I was so intimidated by it. And for the longest time, 7 years or so, I swear I wore these same exact colors, the same eyeshadow, the same technique, everything for 7 years. And I never strayed away from that. I would go to Sephora and I'd get the same 4 colors, and that was it. And then once I found SEINT, I really have enjoyed it because I learned off of other artists. And so really all I do is I use, maybe 4 or 5 different techniques, but with different colors. And so I create so many different eyeshadow looks with the same technique. So today I'm going to show you guys one of the easiest eyeshadow techniques that I know. It only requires 3 colors, and truthfully you could do, you could skip and just do 2 colors, or a lot of our colors are really pretty to where you can only do 1 color and it's a really pretty look. And so today what I'm doing is I'm kind of going more for the natural look, so I wanted to do kind of some browns. I used the Bella bronzer to really warm up my skin, and honestly all I used was I used 4 tins. I used a Bella bronzer all over my face, and then I did some brightening under my eyes and right around here. And then I put on some illuminator and some lip and cheek to add a little color to my cheeks and lips. So really that's it. And it was a very simple look. It only took me a couple minutes to do. And it really warmed me up and makes me look a little bit tan. So I love this sun-kissed glow that the Bella gives. But anyway, so we're talking about eyeshadow today. So our eyeshadow palettes are 100% customizable. And I don't know about you, but I would go and I would try different palettes, and then, I would like a couple of them out of the palette, and then the rest would go to waste. I would use those 4, and then if I wanted those 4 eyeshadows again, I needed to buy that palette again and waste the rest of the palette. And I hated that. I hate wasting stuff. And I really enjoyed a specific color, but I couldn't get it just by itself. That was always so frustrating. And so with SEINT, you just like everything else, it's 100% customizable, like I said, but you find the colors that you like, and then you can replace them. So our eyeshadows are they're $12 a piece, and it's always free shipping. So if you need a refill, you just pay the $12 in tax. But truthfully, it's so wonderful, and our eyeshadows are big. So you can see I have some of these that are getting to the tin, but I have been using some of these for over a year and a half. And so I still have a lot left. It's because I go right in the middle. So if you look on the sides, the sides are really full. And so I haven't had to replace one of my eyeshadows in a year and a half. And I do some crazy eyeshadow looks. It is my favorite thing to do. I really, really enjoy it. So these last a very long time. And what I really love too is I have another palette full of a bunch of eyeshadows. Oops, I'm making a bunch of noise here. So see, I have even more eyeshadows in here. And so say I go out of town and, I'm going to a wedding or something, and I know that I need more blues and greens or something like that. I can take out these colors. All I have to do is pop them out, and I can replace it with whatever color I want to replace it with. So this is my palette of favorites. These are all my favorite colors that I use quite often. And so if the other vibrant colors that I don't necessarily use as often, if I want to pop one of those in there for the weekend, I can. And so same with my lip and cheeks, I always depending on the season and whatnot, I change out my lip and cheek colors. So your palette is exactly what you want to make it. And we have many different sizes of palettes. So if you don't want, this is a palette 27 that has 3 layers, and I love it because I have all my creams, then I have illuminators, and some eyeshadows, and I have my vanilla dust setting powder and my brush cleaning tile. And then I also have my eyeshadows. So it's really nice, and if you want, you can get smaller palettes. Like if you just want like a nice eyeshadow palette, you can get, this is a palette 12 that I really love. And these are all of our advent calendar eyeshadows that are going to be released. So I'm super excited about that. But see, like there's 2 layers and it's all you need. And so I just really love the customization of SEINT. But enough talking about kind of the whole ordeal. If you need help picking out eyeshadow colors, you don't really know where to start, just reach out to me. I would be more than happy to send you some combination ideas and help you with the colors. So just let me know. But I'm going to do this 3-color look today, and I'm also going to show you guys how I do my eyebrows with eyeshadow. So you don't have to get a pencil anymore and get a new one every couple months or however often. I think I went through like one every month and a half or so. I just use my line brush, and it has a nice tapered end on this side, and I have a spoolie on this side to comb my hairs up. And what's nice too is I'll use this for contouring my lips or eyeliner. So you don't have to, this isn't only for your eyebrows. So it's multi-use, just like everything else. And it's really nice too, because, you know, I use this color this color is called Oak. I use it for my eyebrows, but I can use it as eyeshadow too. So 2 for 1. But let's go ahead and do the eyeshadow first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 brushes. So I really like, this is the smudge brush. It's a little bit larger, and this is the eyeshadow brush. And so I love this one because I feel like it covers more base, and it just kind of gets my eyeshadow done quicker for me. It is more firm than the eyeshadow brush. So if you are someone that has hooded eyes, where your eyes, your eyelids kind of pull down, and so when your eyes are open, you don't see your lid right here, that means you have hooded eyes. This brush, the smudge brush, is fabulous for pushing your product in there and moving the skin around rather than the skin moving the brush around, if that makes sense. So I'm going to start with Bubba, which is this color right here. It's kind of like a coppery color, and you can see that I have, there's kind of like a nice base on my eyelid, and it's white. So it kind of blends in with my skin in a sense, but it's not like that normal veiny kind of eyelid look. So what we do in SEINT is this is just like priming my eyelid, but we call it baking. And so it's very simple. All I use is my lighter highlight shade, which is my brightener. And you could use your main highlight shade if you want. I like to use the lighter one just because it makes my eyeshadow pop a little bit more. So I use my brightener. I rub it or dab it all over my eyelid, and then I take setting powder. I use our vanilla dust, and I press it out. I press it all over my eyelid. And so then I make sure to press it until I feel no tackiness. And then I wait, you know, maybe 3 or 4 minutes until I apply my eyeshadow. So I'll do like something else on my face. I'll go do dishes or get my coffee or whatever it is. But just to make sure it sets. And so what this does, priming your eyelids makes your eyeshadow last all day. I seriously, like, it will look almost the exact same like this as in the evening as it does right now. And then it prevents, if you have really oily eyelids, it really seals in that oil and helps. So that you don't get creasing in your crease and your eyeshadow rubs away. And then also it really intensifies the pigments. You know, you create this nice base color, and so your pigments of your eyeshadows are a lot more vibrant. And so I really love that. So I'm gonna just go ahead, start with my Bubba, and I'm just going to use my smudge brush here, this kind of oval end, and I'm going to tap into this Bubba all over my brush, and I'm going to tap it off on my palette because I don't want the overflow or the whatever this is where it goes down on your cheek. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to go right above my crease. I like to keep my eye open because then it's easier to see what it's going to look like when you're looking at people, because you're not going around walking like this. So I like to see what it looks like while my eyes are open. So I'm just doing this back and forth in these windshield wiper motions, and if I want to, I can build up and make this darker. However, I think I like that color, so I'm just going to leave it just like that. Now I'm going to take my eyeshadow brush, and if you only want one brush, you know, to do everything, just get the eyeshadow brush. You can do everything with this. You know, as I've learned what I like with brushes and what I don't like, or I use my brushes for everything, but you know, I just like some better than others on specific things. So you can do everything with this one eyeshadow brush, but I'm going to go in with this small domed end here, and I'm going to roll into, this is Rigoletto. Right here is this nice sparkly brown, and so I'm just going to roll my brush in it and then tap it off again. And then I'm going to go right here in my crease, and I'm just going to go back and forth in these windshield wiper motions. And I kind of close my eyes just to really get in there, but all I'm doing is going back and forth just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to build up a little bit. I really like vibrant eyeshadow looks, so and bold. So mine are always a little bit more intense than probably some of you like. And so if you don't like it as bold as mine, just don't put as much. That's fine. Okay, so then now that I have that, I'm gonna take this fluffy end of my eyeshadow brush and I'm going to blend it. Now you wanna keep a really light hand, really, really light. And then I'm just going to go back and forth in these windshield wiper motions just like this, and I'm gonna blend those colors together. So see how those are just going together really nicely? I swear that one of the biggest things with eyeshadows is you want a good blending brush. So this brush is super fluffy and it just blends everything very nicely. And you can see that when I'm doing this, I'm not jabbing my eye with this brush. I am literally just softly going back and forth, just like that. Okay, so that's blended. I'm going to go ahead, roll into that Rigoletto again, tap it off, and then I'm going to take this and go underneath my eye. Sorry, I'm bad at doing my under eye in my phone camera. There we go. So all I do is I take one of my colors that are up here and I line the bottom of my eye because I think it really makes your eye pop and makes it look larger. So if you have small eyes and you want to make them pop a little bit more, just add some eyeshadow underneath the bottom. And I feel like it does a better job at making your eyes pop versus eyeliner, because sometimes eyeliner will make your eyes look smaller. So now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Rome. It's this kind of like tan, white, sparkly. And with our shimmer eyeshadows, you can use brush. That's perfectly fine. But I like it more as an intense look and more foiled is what we call it. So I like to rub my finger in it just like that. And then I tap it on my eyelid. So look how pretty that is. And it just kind of intensifies the color. And I'm just tapping it all over my eyelid where I didn't have color before. And look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. So then I take this and I'm going to take a little bit more and I'm going to line below my brow bone because that kind of helps to make your brow pop. And then I am also going to go with some more right here in the corner of my eye because I like to add some pop in the corner of my eye because our tear ducts they're pretty dark, and so I really like to liven them up and add some kind of light color there, because see, look how pretty that looks. So now I'm taking that fluffy end again and I'm just going to kind of run this brush all over my eye and just blend that all nicely in together. There we go. And I swear, this is like so easy. Anyone can do this. Don't be intimidated by eyeshadows. They're so fun. And you really can make your personality shine through with them, I think. You know, I'm a nurse. I like to match my eyeshadows with my scrubs. So a lot of times if I don't know what to do, I'll just pick colors that look like my scrubs. And I have a lot of fun with that. So there is that eyeshadow look. It is completely done. 3 colors. I could literally do that with, if I wasn't explaining to you guys, I could do it in just like a minute or two. Very simple. And you know, and it gets, you know, the first couple times it might be a little challenging, but as you practice, it gets so much easier. And just watch my videos, follow along, and that really helps a lot. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you guys the eyebrows real quick and our brow wax. So what I do is I take that line brush I was talking to you guys about, and I'm going to dip into that oak. Just tap into it just like that. And then I actually need to use this because I can't use my phone when I'm doing eyebrows. So I'm taking that tapered end and I'm just following my eyebrow line. So I have my brows microbladed. So I already kind of have a line that I need to follow. So I am just going to follow that. And if you know, just kind of fill in your eyebrows, make them fill in the patchy spots, help them frame your face. I never realized what a difference eyebrows make on a face. It's crazy. There we go. So look at that. I filled it in nicely. And then I'm going to kind of comb this up. See, I have a bald spot in my eyebrow right there. And I always kind of fight with that. And that was one thing when I got my eyebrows microbladed. The lady was like, what did you do to your brow? I don't know. I'm going to blame it on my mom. I'm going to say she dropped me when I was a baby. Okay. So just like that. Okay, so I filled it in. Now, my eyebrows are wild. They kind of stick out everywhere. So what I'm just gonna do really quick is I'm gonna show you guys our brow wax. So this fits right into your compact. If you have wild brows and they don't like to stay in place all day, this is a very, very good fix. So I take this wax and you can see it's kind of like, I don't know, it's waxy. And so I just take the spoolie end. I like to use Stay Spray. You have to use some liquid. So I use our Stay Spray and I just spray it here on the end of this spoolie. And I don't want it to be just drenched. So I